I've always told my coaches that I want to box past 30 years old. So 25 right now. I'll be 26 in January. So like 4 years left on my career. And then after that, just invest my money. I've always talked about opening up my own coffee shop. So I want to do that. Even before I retire, I want to open that up and just have something to fall back on. Like you said, he's kind of a little older. I'm still young, but I mean, the fight can happen any day. So who knows?
Hell of a fight. I mean, look, it's difficult to pick holes in Inoue. He's a fantastic fighter, but I'm watching that thinking, I like Jesse's chances. It's a hell of a fight. I mean, you're talking about right now, pound for pound, number 2 and 3, really, in Inoue and Jesse Bam Rodriguez. So Jesse hopefully will get that shot at the undisputed. I mean, obviously disappointed that Taraji's fight fell through, but we'll try and make that fight with Garcia. Will he go to bantam first before super bantam? Probably, but
Jesse Bam Rodriguez has made it clear that he wants a career-defining showdown against Naoya, the monster Inoue, before the Japanese champion brings his career to a close. The potential matchup is steadily taking shape as one of the most highly anticipated fights in modern boxing.
We're Nakatani at 118, so I know when that fight does happen, it's going to be huge.
Expanding on his approach, Jesse Bam Rodriguez explained that his priority is to give fans a performance that justifies the price of admission. He aims to deliver exciting fights by finishing opponents early whenever possible rather than allowing every contest to go the full distance, emphasizing an aggressive mindset and a decisive finishing instinct. Meanwhile, for Bam Rodriguez, but said he does not believe the matchup is realistic at the present time. According to Inoue, the fight would only become possible if both the timing and the weight conditions align properly.
And just go out there and get the job done. Like they say, you don't get paid for overtime, so I try to get him out as soon as I...
For now, Naoya, the monster Inoue, remains focused on the path of his own career and the challenges directly ahead of him. At the same time, promoter Eddie Hearn revealed that Turki Alalshik has expressed interest in putting together a fight between Inoue and Jesse Bam Rodriguez, and Hearn voiced his support for the idea. He emphasized that no official agreement has been reached, but described the proposed matchup as a battle between two of boxing's top pound-for-pound fighters. Hearn also shared his belief that, if the fight eventually happens, Bam Rodriguez would emerge as the winner.
ファン？いや別にファンではない。面白い面白い。バマの試合面白い。まあ階級が合えば、バマが上げてきて、タイミングが合えば、もちろん、それは、興味はあります。でも自分は、バマの試合が好きですよ。
Despite the growing discussion surrounding a possible showdown with Naoya, the monster Inoue, trainer Robert Garcia has made it clear that those conversations are on hold for the time being. According to Garcia, Jesse Bam Rodriguez is fully focused on his June 13th fight in the 118-pound bantamweight division. Garcia acknowledged the increasing attention surrounding the potential matchup with Inoue, but emphasized that Bam's immediate priority is overcoming the challenge in front of him before turning his attention to any bigger opportunity.
Inoue against Bam. And I said, sign us up. So obviously, look, there's no contracts, nothing like that. But who else is he going to fight? Like, unless he moves to 126. And even if he moves to 126, who's he going to fight? Like, you've got, if Usyk retires or gets out of the way, you've got number 1 against number 2, pound for pound, fighting each other. It's a massive fight, and it's an amazing...
Robert Garcia also pointed out that both Jesse Bam Rodriguez and Naoya, the monster Inoue, started their professional journeys in weight classes around 108 pounds, although Inoue moved through the divisions at a faster pace during the early stages of his career. In Garcia's view, Inoue's progression into higher weight classes has been driven primarily by his natural physical development over time rather than by any overwhelming size advantage.
I have the fighter that I know could do it. I have the fighter, but we got one fight going. We have a fight. We have a test at 118. June 13th. So after that, can we make it happen? 100%. Bro, you seen this morning? I was getting so many messages already from people overseas. Already talking about it.
Important people, yeah.
So the fight. I think the fight will happen, but step by step, we have this challenge ahead of us first. We can't disrespect Vargas and already make plans when we still have a big challenge at a different weight class too. So
yeah.
we have to test.
Robert Garcia noted that both Jesse "Bam" Rodriguez and Naoya, the Monster Inoue launched their careers in weight classes around 108 pounds, although Inoue advanced through the divisions much earlier in his professional journey. In Garcia's opinion, Inoue's move to heavier weight classes reflects his natural physical development over the years rather than any significant advantage in size over his opponents.
Bam, they both started at 108. They both, it's just that Inoue's a little bit older. He's matured a little bit more body-wise and everything. That's why he's fighting at 122. Not because he's a lot bigger than Bam. I think we're maybe 2-3 years from maybe if Inoue still, if he's still fighting and if he's still around there, maybe even at 126, in the near future.
Looking ahead, many believe a showdown between Jesse "Bam" Rodriguez and Naoya, the Monster Inoue may not be far away. Boxing insider Mike Coppinger described the potential contest as much closer than many fans expect. While he slightly favors Inoue, he views it as a highly competitive matchup, estimating the odds at roughly 55-45 in the Japanese champion's favor. Coppinger also emphasized Inoue's remarkable accomplishments, stating that his resume already reflects a first-ballot Hall of Fame career. In his opinion, those achievements have earned Inoue the highest level of respect whenever his chances are evaluated.
Or 3 big moments in that fight to beat Inoue.
Right.
He's just got to line him up and get full extension on his left hand, on his power, or catch Inoue on a right hook coming in with his chin up. I favor Inoue.
Wade Plemons believes the time is right for a showdown between Naoya, the Monster Inoue and Jesse "Bam" Rodriguez. In his view, moving up by roughly 4 pounds would not present a significant obstacle for Rodriguez. Plemons pointed to Bam's most recent performance as evidence that he belongs among boxing's elite. He praised the way Rodriguez controlled the action, gradually wore his opponent down, and ultimately secured a stoppage victory while performing under intense pressure.
Really? Why?
Because they both are small guys.
Yes.
Inoue is not a big guy. He's not a giant. He's a tiny guy.
Yeah. We've seen him here.
Yeah, with power,
seen him
with
here,
a lot
yeah.
of skills. But Bam has a lot of skills too.
He's a different animal.
Whoever he has faced, they look amateur against him. It doesn't matter who it is.
And he beat the legends.
And he can take a punch too. Don't forget that. And people that I have talked to, they say he can hit like a welterweight.
Oh, I've seen him crack. I've seen him spark.
So I think that can be the fight of the year.
They're looking for it January next year.
Yeah, I think that would be a great fight, and I will go for Bam.
I think Bam has a lot of chances. Yeah, he's a good fighter.
I believe Bam's younger
He's
también.
really smart. He's
I
really
believe
smart
Bam's
too.
younger
I mean, he
también.
may look Gallo Estrada.
Yeah.
He destroyed
In addition, Jose and Nacho Saucedo have expressed confidence that Jesse "Bam" Rodriguez has what it takes to defeat Naoya, the Monster Inoue. They believe the difference in size should not play a major role, pointing out that both fighters have built their careers in the lighter weight divisions.
Pounds. We're talking, a very minimal jump in weight that easily I think can be made. And again, we're talking about fight weight versus walk around weight and how different that is. I understand, but Bam was so good in his last fight, dropping fight after dominating on a ring card, on the ring for essentially all gold card. His performance was one of the standout performances, dominating the fight late into the fight, then drops his opponent, wins by stoppage in a big-time performance, and he was getting trash-talked all week, a massive moment, pressure-filled, and he delivered. That would be the fight I want to see. That's the fight I think a lot of boxers.
Steve Navarro has described a potential clash between Naoya, the Monster Inoue and Jesse "Bam" Rodriguez as a rare matchup featuring 2 champions who have dominated their respective weight classes for years. He pointed out that both fighters have consistently overwhelmed elite opposition, often making world-class opponents appear outmatched inside the ring. Navarro believes a meeting between the two would showcase boxing at its highest level, calling it the kind of technically brilliant contest that fans have long hoped to witness.
Such fight. It's 2 fighters who've been on the pound list for the past couple of years. They've just been, no offense to any of their opponents, but they've just been sweeping their oppositions. And
adding his perspective to the discussion, Sonny Edwards praised both Naoya, the Monster Inoue and Jesse "Bam" Rodriguez for establishing themselves among boxing's elite through their achievements inside the ring. While expressing respect for both champions, Edwards admitted that he gives a slight edge to Rodriguez as a professional. He based that opinion on Bam's intelligent footwork, strong control of the ring, and patient style of gradually breaking opponents down as the fight progresses from round to round.
One of my claims to fame at one point was that I beat a kid in the amateurs that beat Inoue. I was holding on to that to for a bit, but also a massive fan of Bam. And career-wise, I would rather Bam win.
Yeah.
Definitely, they're not going to bet for me.
Correct.
So I will be 100% rooting for Bam, and they're a lovely family. Bam's a great fighter, a great kid as well. I say kid, he's a great man. And yeah, I get rid of him, and I will be rooting for him the entire career, unless he fights my brother. But I'll be rooting for him, man. And Bam has a lot. Bam has great footwork, exceptional decision making. He doesn't load up or get too carried away with his success. He's constantly breaking me down and busting.
He also described a potential showdown between Naoya, the monster Inoue, and Jesse "Bam" Rodriguez as a meeting of two of boxing's premier pound-for-pound fighters. In his assessment, Inoue's experience competing in the heavier weight divisions could provide an advantage in both physical strength and ring maturity. At the same time, he praised Rodriguez for his disciplined defense, relentless activity, and ability to dictate the pace of a fight through consistent pressure and sharp, controlled movement. Those qualities, he believes, would make the matchup an exceptional test for both champions.
Inoue is, pound for pound great. That will be a big acid test. Maybe Inoue staying heavier for the last few years. Obviously, they started at the same weight, like flyweight. So they both come up sort of the same amount, but maybe being heavier for longer, more counts, more fights, more accustomed to the weight division might give Inoue an advantage. But at the same time, Bam's one of those fighters that, he doesn't give you a load of opportunity to hit him, and he's always thinking about his work. I think that is genuinely one of the most elite and top level fights you can make in the sport. And I think if that fight gets made, I hope the world of boxing fans really, really gets behind it and makes it an event that seems as big as a losing Fury or AJ.
Showbiz described a potential showdown between Naoya, the monster Inoue, and Jesse "Bam" Rodriguez as a fight with historic significance. In his view, if Rodriguez were to defeat Inoue on Japanese soil, the victory would immediately elevate Bam into the conversation among boxing's all-time greats. He based that opinion on Inoue's remarkable legacy, highlighting his dominance across multiple weight divisions, his continued reign as a world champion, and the legendary reputation he has built in Japan. According to Showbiz, overcoming a champion of that stature in his home country would permanently redefine Rodriguez's career and legacy.
In the history of boxing, Inoue versus Bam. What that would do in Japan is stupid. If Bam beats Inoue, you're talking about one of the greatest fighters of all time. And I'm talking about better than Marvelous Marvin Hagler pound for pound. F no. Huh? F yes. If he beats Inoue, what else is next for him? Shoot. You might as well. I mean, damn. My man Inoue is undisputed in 3 different weight classes? Fighting 4 times in a year, making history by defending his ring title, his lineal championship 4 times, and tying up Larry Holmes. Brother, Inoue is a current legend. You go up 3 weight classes and beat him in Japan.
Showbiz also expressed confidence that Jesse "Bam" Rodriguez would come out on top in a fight against Naoya, the monster Inoue. He argued that Rodriguez has consistently delivered dominant performances regardless of the opponent standing across the ring. In explaining his view, Showbiz noted that Inoue has shown vulnerability at times when facing powerful punchers, while describing Rodriguez as the more polished and complete fighter overall. For that reason, he believes Bam would hold the edge in the matchup. Even so, he added that one of the key questions would be how Inoue responds if he is seriously hurt at any stage of the contest.
Inoue, I actually got Bam. You want to know why? Bam, no matter the level of opposition, hasn't looked beatable. But Inoue has looked beatable.
Seen spooked by the punching power.
I know Inoue is perfect.
He's really critically looking at it.
Perfect fight. But Bam is more perfect. Big fact. I got Bam beaten. Sounds out about I got. I'm telling you that shit. Listen, I bet you in that fight.
Anytime Bam starts to look good, Bam just swing away.
The only situation that Inoue would know what to do over Bam is how to respond.
The analyst described Jesse "Bam" Rodriguez as a rare, once-in-a-generation talent, arguing that the greatest obstacle in his career may ultimately be his own expectations rather than any opponent. He praised Rodriguez's exceptional boxing IQ, accurate punching, and legitimate power, emphasizing his ability to create openings through intelligent footwork and smooth movement in every direction. He also highlighted Bam's subtle head movement and complete technical skill set, portraying him as one of the sport's most intelligent and well-rounded fighters. In the analyst's view, Rodriguez possesses every attribute needed to perform at the highest level inside the ring.
Person who can beat Bam Rodriguez. So watching the things he's doing. It's not just the volume of punches. He's very intelligent. He has IQ. He has punch placement. He has power, and he has great footwork. Him stepping across, creating angles, unleashing shots. He was going left and right, forward and back. He got subtle head movement. He's just a once in a.
Stephen Brennan characterized Jesse "Bam" Rodriguez as a boxer whose success is built on skill rather than physical dominance. In his view, Rodriguez relies on precise timing, refined technique, and outstanding ring intelligence instead of overwhelming strength to defeat his opponents. Brennan believes Bam possesses the technical ability to compete on equal footing with elite fighters such as Naoya, the monster Inoue. At the same time, he cautioned that moving into higher weight divisions could present additional challenges against opponents who naturally hold advantages in size and physical strength.
He's one of those guys who is a super talent, but he's not like he doesn't have overwhelming physicality. There's a little bit different. Like, he's not hitting you and breaking your face. He's not like moving through a wall with his his ability to move things. His skill level is on the same level as Inoue's, but his physicality is not. Inoue punches harder. He's faster. He's more physical. He's just as talented, but he's more twitchier. He's a better overall athlete. I'm not talking about fighter, but overall athlete. So you move up in weight to fight a guy who hit harder than you, who is faster than you, who's more dynamic than you, and also equally skilled. That's a very tough assignment.
Offering a different perspective, Sean Porter believes Naoya, the monster Inoue, would hold the advantage in a potential fight against Jesse "Bam" Rodriguez. He based that opinion on Inoue's proven experience, composed approach under pressure, and long-standing dominance throughout the lighter weight divisions. Porter acknowledged that he has closely followed Inoue's career for many years, which naturally influences his assessment. Even so, he also pointed to the differences in their physical attributes and fighting styles.
At weight, Inoue being slightly older, more experienced and things like that, I am inclined to favor Inoue in this fight, even though I haven't seen as much Inoue as I've seen Bam. But the reason why I favor is because the age gap, the size gap. That's big for the little guys. And Inoue is a monster. He's a monster. So I think that Inoue would be the favorite and on the betting odds and the blah 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 blah. And it's a hell of a fight. But I just feel like
what's next? What do you want to see next?
I love Bam Rodriguez. I don't want to see this fight. He's too small. He's going to get washed by Inoue, and it will be devastating to watch because it's a fight that shouldn't even be happening. And yes, I know all this like climbing weight divisions, jumping weight divisions, Crawford, all like it's all happening. His Excellency is already trying to up and string this shit. No, man. No, it's not right. We're not that thirsty. There's enough high-level boxing for this to happen. Let Inoue get older and somehow at some point, hopefully weaker. Let maybe Bam, if it's gonna happen at some point, naturally get bigger if this fight were to ever.
Joe Rahim has taken a firm stance against the idea of a showdown between Naoya, the monster Inoue, and Jesse "Bam" Rodriguez. In his assessment, the physical gap between the two fighters is simply too significant, making Rodriguez undersized for the challenge and reducing the likelihood of a truly competitive contest. Rahim also expressed concern over the growing push for blockbuster matchups solely because of fan demand. He believes the sport should allow major fights to develop naturally rather than forcing them before the circumstances are right. In his view, a meeting between Inoue and Rodriguez should only happen if both champions eventually compete in the same weight division, ensuring the matchup takes place under the fairest and most competitive conditions possible. Who do you think wins if Jesse, Bam, Rodriguez and Naoya, the Monster, Inoue finally share the ring? Let us know your prediction in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.